And welcome to the 6th episode of West Ham is Why We Drink. Can you believe it, lads? We've actually made it to 6 episodes.
I know, Mambo number 6.
Mambo number 6. My name's Wayne McMullen. I'm joined here with the king of the predictions,
Adam Frankel.
and the king of quizzes,
James Hayes.
and I'm just the loser extraordinaire.
Well, changes are going to be afoot today, I'm sure.
I don't know. Well, I am going to be calling the shots today on the quiz, and I'm very proud of my questions. I really am.
I'm feeling a stitch up on my end coming.
I'm hoping James is going to be tasting the shots.
You know, I seriously considered it, James. I really did seriously consider it.
Look, I don't have much in life. Give me this one thing.
I
He
know.
legitimately said to me, "Shall I just tell you the questions?" I'm like, "No, I feel like we can't do that."
That's good. Maybe.
So, but we just came along from our watering hole. Actually, we were at an away watering hole today, weren't we?
Yeah, went to Abbey Road, Owls and Eatery in Plano.
Yeah.
With what are their supporters? That terrible supporters club? What
The
are they called?
zombies. The zombies.
The North Texas Reds or
North
something.
Texas Reds. They're run by a really nice guy, but they were so bloody quiet, weren't they, Adam?
I'm going to be, in my entire life, I've been to hundreds of games and I've seen thousands on the TV. And every time I've ever heard the chant, like, "Can you hear the Man U sing? No, no." Or like, "Man U, give us a song. Man U, Man U." Silence. And there
Yeah.
were like over 20 of them.
Yeah, they were quiet.
And not one song. Not one song all game long.
I got a picture of one that I posted on our Twitter feed and said, Manchester United busy looking at their fantasy team to see if they've got a win coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all on their phones.
Wow.
They were, weren't they?
So it sounds like I didn't miss anything.
Well,
You
no,
missed
you missed
an amazing result.
Oh, seriously.
Well, no, I saw the result just in the comfort of my own easy chair at the
And
house.
some amazing food. I tell you what, Abbey
that
Ales
bacon
Eatery-
sarnie.
Oh, Abbey Road has got. Oh my God, the bacon was to die for. Oh gosh, James, seriously, it was bloody marvelous. It really was. And when I saw the fry up come out, I finished Adam Bruce's breakfast.
I thought you just had a nibble on his sausage. Isn't that what you did?
Well, I'm not going to say that out loud. It was only a little sausage anyway. So Amber looks very shocked by the fact that I went up and grabbed his sausage and ate it.
Disturbing.
Let's get on to the game then. So 2-0. 2-0.
Wow.
Excuse me. Who predicted 2-0?
It wasn't Adam this week, surprisingly.
No. And you know, I got to say, Adam was very gracious because we were standing at the bar and I'm like, I predicted 2-0. And he's like, yeah, I predicted 2-2. He says, but I'm really happy if you win.
Yeah.
And of course we won, so
Well,
I'm happy.
That's all that matters.
I
is West
predicted
Ham wins.
1-1, but yeah, I mean, honestly, that's a good thing about predicting not a West Ham win. When it happens, it's like, well,
Yeah.
I would take the 3 points rather than a boost to my ego any day of the week.
I didn't get a chance to watch much of the game because I was talking an awful lot. So I saw some of that. In fact, I missed the freaking Cresswell free kick.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
you need to watch the replay.
it was
amazing.
Oh, really? It was amazing because I think you said last week that if Cresswell plays, my prediction doesn't even count because he is the worst player.
I remember James saying that.
Okay, all right. I will gladly eat a giant plate of humble pie right now.
I've got a better idea. Why don't you
With
join
brown
Wayne
sauce.
later with a shot of
No,
Smoker's
I
Gold?
think so
I
too.
don't think so.
I think that would be awesome.
Nope.
I've got the Jägermeister and mayonnaise here ready.
Nope.
And even that first free kick that he had, he was only like a few inches away from that going in as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, he had a blinder of a game.
I mean, it was a good performance all round. And the thing I love about it, normally, the West Ham of old,
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, we've got results against Man United before,
Yeah.
but they're usually against the run of play, and we have got way less possession. We catch them on a counter and we beat them by 1 goal. Like one of my friends who's a West Ham fan, Stuart Betts. So hey Betts, I've had a few of my Man United fans. I should shout them out. Mark Richardson, Garrett, Chase.
Yeah. And you know who we have to shout out as well from McSwiggins?
Who?
Gary.
Oh, Gary.
Gary.
Rest in peace.
Gary.
Legend.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fish out that picture that we took of him a few years ago and I photoshopped it where it said Man U sucks on it.
You should do
I'll post
that.
that on the website.
Definitely.
That's awesome. But there was, usually it's a close game, but one of them, like I said, one of my mates said to me, he's like, it's bad for Manchester United when West Ham are the better team on paper. And I think it's true. When you looked at those lineups,
Yeah.
you look at those lineups, I would have been surprised for us not to win that game.
And I don't think they're going to have much of a season going forward either. What was the idea with that shirt? It was looked like they
off pink or something.
wasn't it? Well, it looked like they put the red shirts in with the white away shirts, and it ran in the laundry or something.
I just thought that was the contrast on the TVs.
No.
It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. They couldn't do anything going forward, could they? Nothing.
No, they couldn't.
Fabianski really didn't have a lot to do.
He had
He
that
had a
one.
couple
He had
of
that,
saves.
yeah, he
but
did.
We played very well as a team. We defended well as a team. That's, I think, been the running thing the last few games for us. 4 clean sheets in a row is a big deal. And, man, we did so well. And Fornals, I just want to say, I know he had some misplaced passes and had some issues just kind of getting in the groove, but he hustled the entire game.
He did, didn't
had
he?
some tackles. 10 seconds, in 94 minutes, 10 seconds before the final whistle, he was making a sprint to catch the ball.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
You know, the only thing I think he's missing, some muscle. I think he's a little bit lightweight for the Premier League right now, almost like the same way that Anderson was last year.
Yeah, I think he just has to get into it, and he hasn't had much game time yet.
Yeah, and he's still working on chemistry. You could tell,
Yeah.
The tricks and flicks you see when Lanzini and Anderson play together, that just wasn't there because they just don't have the same chemistry.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
We missed Lanzini.
We did, and I think him because they said his injury happened during the Argentina.
What is it? Is that he's got a bone bruise?
So he was playing in pain. So that would explain why Noble was so far up.
Yeah.
And he was kind of playing back and had an off game against Villa. So if
Noble. I mean, you've got to love the man, haven't you? You've got to love the man. He just that one tackle where he went in there and
that was
he got the yellow for.
Yeah,
I know
nervous.
I know it was awful, but I still went. That's our lad.
I know it was awesome. I mean, we just played well, and that defensive from Declan Rice. You see that where one of their players was through, and he just came out of nowhere off the camera,
Totally.
Yes,
off out of the picture. You watch that and just think, Declan Rice, he is going to be world class.
He really
much
is.
so.
Well, you look at our team, and we've. I'm almost afraid to say it. We've got a world class team right now. Aller, his hold up play is brilliant. The man is definitely, he's not greedy. I wish he'd be a little greedier. Hopefully, we can figure out a way to get some more crosses over to him. Otherwise, he's going to get a little bit bored up there up front, waiting for something to come in that he can bang in. Anderson, Fornals, Yarmolenko, Rice, Diop. I mean, you could run through the whole bloody team. We've got a really strong team.
And even when you got players like Wilshere coming off the bench,
He was good. He was brilliant coming off the bench.
we have got a good squad. I mean, you things are bad when Sanchez has to make it onto the field. I mean, that's the only thing I'm concerned of. Sorry for
But he plays a mean guitar, though. Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah, he
That's-
plays a
maybe he's
mean
just sick to
guitar. It's good, but no, I'm really happy for the squad overall. I really, it's been a long time since we've had the opportunity to say, wow, we really love what's going on out there on the field. And I wish now that everybody would stop moaning about we've got really awful defense.
Absolutely, it'd be fantastic if that would happen.
So it would be good if people would stop moaning, be a little bit more positive, lads. So is there anything else that we need to say in closing, talking about the game?
Just it's hilarious to beat Man United.
It's the best thing in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It really is. I've always had a sincere dislike for Manchester United because, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one United team, and that's the West Ham United team.
There you go.
That's it. Nothing else for it. We have got a ton of things through social media, so you know what that probably means it's time for, lads. Social shenanigans. I say that should we let James go first, because I think he's got a really, really fun one that's actually got some ties to people that we know.
Yeah, let's do
it's
it.
Absolutely fantastic. So if anyone was on Twitter, on Sky TV, on Instagram, any social media, any news network, they saw a picture of a young lady who was asleep on her boyfriend's shoulder.
She was very attractive.
And so they were Man United supporters, and comes to find out, that is the cousin of one of our Dallas Hammers members.
Yep.
And that was the one. It's hilarious because they were playing such bad football and she's asleep. But number two, it's somebody that we have a connection with, and I think that's even better.
And Stephen even said she's the only person in the family that isn't a West Ham supporter.
Yes.
What a disgrace.
Did we get a name by any chance?
No, I don't think we need her name. So
Amy? It might have been Amy. I might be making that
Was it
up.
Amy? You think you're making that up? She looked like an Amy.
I don't know.
We'll just call her that for now.
We'll call her Amy. Amy United. So,
Amy United. We'll go with that.
but yeah, she was out, wasn't she? She was sold out,
Definitely.
and there was nothing to watch anyway, was there?
No, not in the
Definitely
first,
wasn't.
No.
Thank you, Sky Sports, for pointing that out for everybody.
Fantastic.
I think they realised that they were going to get a lot of people that would really love that.
Yes, I think so.
They would totally love that. And thanks, Stephen, for sending us a message on WhatsApp saying, I know that girl.
That was perfect. It was perfect.
So what do you have, Adam? Do you want me to go first or do you want to go?
Yeah, yours is about the game.
Well, it is sort of about the game.
So exactly, you go first.
Okay, then. So I want to do a call out, and I found this tweet on Twitter, which would be funny if it wasn't a tweet on Twitter, wouldn't it? If it was on
Good
Instagram.
job you found it on Twitter.
Oh, I know,
Oh.
I know. From the Nashville Hammers, and it says, too busy celebrating to notice the scarf mishap up front. Looks like they had their scarf upside down. 2-0 to the Cockney boys over Man United. Thank you, Jenny, Kev at MUFMT and Franklin Abbey TN for being gracious hosts and welcoming us this week. Back at Centennial Nash next week. Come on, you irons, blah, 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 blah. Hashtags, hashtags, hashtags. The moral of this story is that as I saw this and I thought, yeah, this is the one great thing about West Ham United fans and football fans in general over here in the United States is we tend to visit each other's pubs. A big shout out to any of the West Ham groups that are over in the United States that actually did that and went along and rubbed the noses of the Man U people in the loss. I love it. I love it. I love it very
Fantastic.
much.
Beautiful.
Adam, it's over to you, sir.
Okay, so I got two little ones. The first one is from one of my...
Hang on a second. What did you say?
I've got two little ones.
Okay, I thought that's what you said.
It makes sense.
Shenanigans. The first one's West Ham related and the other one is just hilarious. So one of my West Ham heroes...
One of them's got hammers tattooed on it.
who is, I mean, and this guy gets a bit of stick, but I love him. To me, he's a West Ham hero and is my favourite West Ham manager of all time, and that's Harry Redknapp. I just love the guy. He reminds me of my granddad and his,
Yeah, you know it, isn't that funny? He reminds me of my granddad too.
Yeah.
I think it's that whole sort of like East London, like, just say it as it is type
And
of thing.
I've got a little. I don't bore everyone. When I was a kid, I worked at a hotel just outside of London, and the West Ham team would meet there for away games.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know this. I started off just on work experience, and there's me, my last day of work experience, and all of a sudden, all the West Ham players start coming through the door, and it's like back when we had like Mark Vivian Foe and Canute
Oh
and
my
DiCanio, and they're all walking in, and I'm just like. And I knew we weren't allowed to ask for their autographs because that was the policy of the hotel. And the West Ham masseuse came up to me and said, "Hey, what way's the toilet?" And I showed him to the place, and we got talking. And he's like, "Hey, they won't mind if you get autographs. They won't mind at all." But I said, "No, I can't." Then my boss saw me talking to this guy, and then he'd had a bit of a bad day. Gives me an absolute rollicking. Like, I've told you, you're not allowed to speak to these people. And then told me to get home. So, I was pretty embarrassed. I was only 15, and I was gutted about it, to be honest. So I went outside and waited for my mum to come pick me up. And then as all the players were going on the coach, Harry Redknapp saw me, and he looked over to me and was like, "Are you all right there, son?" And I just I had to fight back tears, and I just nodded. I was like, and it was just like a really nice little moment. And so I think partly because of that, he's always been a hero of mine.
There's so many stories about him. There really are. There are so many stories. I mean, like they're talking about dodgy dealing, Harry.
But he was nice to our Adam, and that's all that
And that's what we care about.
And then my other one to lighten the tone a bit, please tell me, I put it on there. Did you see the Gareth Bale Real Madrid thing?
Oh, bloody
yeah.
hell.
I
Oh
saw
my
that.
gosh.
So funny.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Literally, he hates Real Madrid that much. They give him the flag, and he's like, it's Varane, isn't it? He's literally holding it out to him, and he's
no,
just looking
no.
at him like, are you kidding me? He picks it up and then just hands it off to someone else. It's like, imagine that.
He hates that team.
If if a West Ham player like did something like that, I would be fuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is so disrespectful and
But
hilarious.
they hate him, don't they?
They do. They give him so. I don't blame him at all.
No, I don't
I really
either.
don't. But it was funny.
I think he should come play for West Ham.
Oh, I would take him.
Oh, God, blimey, that would be brilliant. We can put up somewhere.
I'm going
on
to retweet it right now as we record live.
live because no one's
So in
gonna
other
listen
words,
to this live.
other words, when you get this podcast, go back 3 days and you'll see what Adam retweeted.
Exactly.
Fair point.
One thing we should say to everybody is if you aren't following us on social media outlets, please do so. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and we would love to hear from you. Use the hashtag West Ham is why, or a new one, hashtag Cheers West Ham. It is time for Pie and Mashup.
Pie and
Mashup. Pie and Mashup. Pie and Mashup.
Wait, did I miss a memo on that? What just happened?
I don't know.
That was that terrible,
That was the terrible
song that I made up for it.
Well, we'll keep that in the podcast because it just sounds so awful. So
I can't find this thing to retweet. I've been searching for the last 5 minutes. I give
you're
up.
awful. You're awful. So last week we said we were going to do Ludo McCloskey, and we never got round to it, did we?
I think that was like 3 weeks ago now.
think it was
Wasn't that 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So we definitely need to do that one as our classic
Yeah,
chant
I
today.
thought we did it. I really thought we did it.
We were going to, but then we got sidetracked by another chant. I think Christian Daly.
It
think
was,
so,
wasn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So we're going to do Ludo McCloskey. Does anybody out there actually know who Ludo McCloskey is? Why don't you give them some background on this?
Oh, good idea. So Ludek McCloskey was our goalkeeper for a long time. Gosh, probably close to 10 years.
He was, wasn't he?
He then stayed on as a goalkeeping coach, and probably his best known, it's very appropriate for the week that we're at, one of the things he's best known for is when Blackburn Rovers won the Premier League.
Blimey, let's go back a bit.
Yeah. He was in goal and last game of the season held Man United to a 0-0 draw, and he was like heroic. He made like 1 million saves.
Nice.
And because of that, Man United didn't win the league. And then our players celebrated as if we'd won the league. It's like, there are still Man United fans who hate us because of that.
I bet.
Absolutely.
Now, he was Hammer of the Year as well, wasn't he?
I'm sure. I mean, he was a legend, Czech goalkeeper, and he's a legend at West Ham. A legend.
Definitely.
Unbelievable. So if you guys don't know it, this was a big song back in, what was that? I'm trying to, that was the 90s, wasn't it?
It would have been the 90s and 2000s, but it's one of the few classic songs that still gets sung at away matches today.
So would you like to lead us in the song?
Yeah, I'll read it first, just so that everyone can know the words.
He just wants to prove he can read. That's what
So
it is,
it
James. You
goes.
know that.
Yeah.
My name is Ludo McCloskey. I come from near Moscow to play in goal for West Ham.
West Ham.
When I walk down the street, everybody I meet says, "Oi, big boy, what's your name?"
My name is Ludo McCloskey. I come from near Moscow. I play in the goal for West Ham. West Ham. When I walk down the street, everybody I meet says, "Hey, big boy, what's your name?" It's been so long since I've done that. I was like, cool, blimey.
To be honest, the one here says like I play in goal for West Ham, but most of the time when we sing it at the ground, it's he plays in goal for West Ham.
Goal for West Ham.
So thanks fanchants.com for
messing
ruining
it
our
up.
life and messing up our US Soccer Top 50 podcast.
It's funny. You know what we did today? Well, we did the Christian Daly chant today at the pub for Felipe Anderson.
Yeah, we did.
Nice.
You
And
didn't
it
know if
fit
you bothered to
perfect.
show up.
Well,
James had to do some school stuff.
Well, I was supposed to be entertaining my child while my wife, who is a school teacher, prepared for this coming up week.
So what did you do? Like juggle or like sing, play guitar? Or?
No, I was so hungover I didn't do much of anything.
So in other words, he was on the iPad the whole time, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
We've all done it. We've all done it, James. We've all done it.
It was
everybody
bad.
except Adam, because Adam is the only one that is childless, as far as we know.
No.
As far as
hopefully.
know.
I mean, I've done it right. That's why I've got more money than either of you.
Seriously,
That's 100% true. 100% true. Now, do we want to go through the other chant?
Yeah, we're going to do a normal chant that we sing all the time as well, called Overland. It's called Overland and Sea, I guess.
I don't know. I've heard it referred to as Overland and Sea. I've also heard it referred to as We All Follow the West Ham.
We all follow the West Ham over land and sea. We all follow the West Ham on to victory. All together now. We all follow the West Ham over land and sea. We all follow the West Ham on to victory. Woo!
Yeah.
I love that song. I love it.
Yeah, that's what you wanted this
It's
pie
good
and
times.
mashup to be called.
Yes,
All together now. I'm so glad that didn't win.
it came very, very close
I kind of
second.
liked it.
Pie and mashup.
Pie and mashup. Pie and mashup. I found a brilliant video the other day about the origins of pie and mash.
Really?
Well, it wasn't a brilliant video. It was just slightly interesting.
Okay, so what are they?
Can you eat jelly deals?
I've only ever tried eel for the first time quite recently on sushi. I had baked eel, and I was surprised
It
because
tastes good on sushi. It tastes good.
Yeah, I would definitely say that jelly deal. I'm not sure I could do.
And you have to make sure you get that bone out in the middle of them, otherwise you're going to go.
Oh, I'll try and remember that for the next shot.
So, no, you will not remember. I've got the next shot ready. Remember, it's my turn to choose for the next shot.
Oh yeah, we'll let them know later. But it's not. I mean, to be honest, it's not really that bad at all.
No, I could drink that.
I actually am a bit disappointed in your choice.
That's okay, because I'm not doing that one. I just threw that one out there just to fool you guys.
Oh,
I'm definitely going to win.
oh my gosh!
I feel like I'm getting stitched up today, though. I feel it coming. Feel it coming.
In my spare time, I've been reading like the West Ham United Wikipedia page and trying to like, learn everything.
Watching YouTube documentaries, trying to get all the knowledge you can.
If I had time, I totally would have done that.
Oh my gosh. But now we're talking about pie and mash and everything. I used to use pie and mash up. I used to love going for pie and mash, obviously before the match down at Nathan's.
I like a cheeky little chicken balti pie at the ground.
They're nice.
But I mean, I prefer sausage and batter and chips or some doner meat.
Yeah, I do like the pie. I like the pie mash and I like the liquor, the green parsley sauce.
James
stuff
looks as though we're
over it.
talking another language.
I know.
I like brisket.
I love brisket.
Yeah, we don't have that brisket in our England.
I know.
Yeah.
So now, if you have a suggestion for pie and mash up, a chant or a song that you would like us to go over with you, or you want to know something about the origins of that chant or a little bit of the history behind it, please do hit us up on social media. You know where we're at. So we've done and mash up, pie and mash up, pie and mash up.
It is pretty good. It's growing on everyone.
It actually is growing on me. I might have to keep that in so that we've actually got the
We need
thing.
to go to Corey's and do some musical recording to it.
Yeah, Corey called up just before the episode,
Hi, Corey.
and I went, I'm not answering it.
Well, we've got an important award-winning show to record here.
Seriously,
That's right.
And you know what we didn't mention? The fact that we actually hit the charts.
Well, I did.
Oh, did you mention it?
Yeah, he just mentioned it like.
Oh, well, just then when you just said
No, really, he did a minute
I was
ago.
like, now it's a top 50 podcast. That's what I said.
I totally went over my head. That did, mate.
Clearly.
How much did you have to drink this morning?
I didn't have anything to drink this morning.
They weren't even serving alcohol, were they?
No, they can't. It was before time, so we couldn't drink anything. So
Silly
I came
rules.
home and I had a cranberry juice. But we climbed up the old iTunes charts for Soccer in America.
49th. So.
And I think it's based on trending podcasts as opposed to actual listeners' figures.
That's okay. We're trending.
So, but I mean, it's still a chart that we're number 49 in, and if you look in there,
First time I've ever been trendy at anything in my life.
So we got to thank all you lads out there for tweeting us and
Lasses, you
and
sexist
lasses.
git.
I know. That's what I meant. I meant lads in the vernacular. So as opposed to lads just being boys. But we've got to thank everyone out there for what they've done. You guys are doing a great job supporting us. We're still looking for a sponsor, aren't we, lads?
Definitely need a sponsor.
So we've talked about food and everything. So I think it might be time for the inaugural segment of the Hangover Cure.
Hangover cure.
I think it should just be this. It should just be.
I'm excited because I'm ready to eat something. I want to know what James has made for us this
Seriously.
week. Do you?
Yeah, I do. James,
Yes.
what is your hangover cure?
What have you
this
brought
week?
us to sample?
Seriously, what have you got?
It's an Americanized bacon sarnie, as you would call it, Wayne.
Sarnie? Is it got that much of an R in it?
Sarnie.
A bacon sarnie.
Sarnie. Is that better?
Where is it, James?
I sent you a picture earlier.
James, tell us about the bacon sarnie. Why did you choose a bacon sarnie? I thought you'd come up with something like more traditional, like bitters and seltzer water or something like that. Or
So I decided that if I was going to make a hangover cure for the first, as you call it, the inaugural episode of the Hangover Cure, I should probably be hungover and actually make something. So last night I indulged a little more than I should have. Didn't drink any water.
really, you did?
Definitely. And
Now, how much was that? Because you're a big chap, and I've seen you indulge just a little bit.
It was quite a lot of whiskey. And maybe a beer or two. I don't remember.
A keg or two.
So, yeah. Woke up and definitely was on the hang real bad. It was
Oh, gosh.
It was pretty bad.
We've all had those.
And so I literally walked into the kitchen, had no idea what was in the pantry or the refrigerator, opened it up and made it up on the spot. And I went for something that sounded good at the time, being hungover, and easy to make because I didn't feel like doing anything. So took some bacon, threw it in the oven, let it cook in the oven.
Hold on, you did it in the oven?
I did because I didn't want to cook.
Oh, so that way you could
see?
just throw it
Exactly.
on a pan or something and just
Yep.
let it cook itself.
Let it cook itself in the oven. And then while that was going, I sliced a little bit of extra sharp cheddar cheese, had some bread, put just a little bit of barbecue sauce, had slightly sweet, slightly
interesting.
spicy. Instead of, I know you guys use like tomato sauce and brown sauce.
Adam, did you hear that? He tried to say tomato.
Tomato.
He
No,
even said
tomato.
it like an Englishman. He took the T out. He went tomato sauce.
Cool blimey, some tomato sauce.
God blimey, Governor! I think Mr. Hayes has actually learned how to speak English.
I had to throw those in there every now and then. So put the little bit of that barbecue sauce on there and put it in a hot skillet with a little bit of butter and toasted the bread on both sides with everything in there so the cheese got a little melty.
Oh, so you
the
did like a
bacon.
on Texas toast.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Oh gosh,
Ate it and had a glass of milk. Absolutely felt better afterwards. It was fantastic.
that does sound like it'd be a good hangover cure, though. I mean, I had a fantastic bacon sandwich today at Abbey Ales. I mean, it was just bloody fantastic.
Yeah, it was so good.
Gosh,
I'm sorry you missed mine. Mine might have been better.
I know we always go on about English bacon's so much different. I'm going to say different. I'm not going to say better because some people are like
It is different.
it's
different.
better. It's better.
better.
It's definitely better.
Well, now see, I will caveat that with I had some nice thick cut bacon.
Yeah,
It's
that's all right.
fantastic, Yeah.
But I love a good bit of bacon. I really do. It's like, oh gosh almighty. I think that's the end of our hangover cure. So, lads, do you want to do a prediction?
Oh, is it predictions for next week?
Yeah.
Are we doing bonus predictions for Oxford in the week?
Yeah, I think we should actually.
I think we'll kill them. I think it will be 5-1.
Wow, that is bold for you, sir.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, it don't matter in the charts, and also,
Yeah.
here's the thing: like we're gonna rest a lot of players, and the players that are in the first team are doing so well on form that the players that aren't know that they've got to really work hard. They've got everything to play for, so I expect them to demolish Oxford. I really do.
3-0.
3-0?
3-0.
3-0? I don't know about this one. I mean, because I was really confident about us beating Wimbledon last year. And we were playing pretty good when we came up to that match. You know what? My gut's telling me that we're going to not do well in this. Oh my God! I think.
Well, what do you think?
I think it's going to be high scoring for us.
Okay, all right, spit it out.
4-0. 4-0.
4-0. Okay.
4-0. 4-0. Who do we have at the weekend?
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. Now, this is the one that really matters. So, what do you guys reckon? Do you know anything about Bournemouth other than that Callum, what's his
They're
face
one
geezer?
behind us in the league. I mean, they're doing pretty well.
Yeah. I don't even know who to look out for there other than... is Callum healthy?
I would imagine so.
I mean, he's certainly very strong, and they seem to be playing pretty well right now. I'm going to say that we're going to win again. I think it's going to be a 1-0.
All right, well, I'm actually going to go for a... Oh, it's so tough.
It's a tough call.
I think we're going to win. I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0 West Ham.
2-0?
Yep.
Okay.
James was doing the tic-tac man over there like, with his fingers going, trying to figure out what he was going to choose.
I'm going 2-1. I think we're going to break our clean sheet streak against them because it seems like Callum Wilson always scores against us.
Should I do a James? Can I give a caveat to this?
Oh,
Nope,
yeah.
no
Can I,
caveats.
if the weather is more than 90 degrees, I think that actually...
If we're not playing well, I think we won't win.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the thing with Bournemouth, though. They are right just behind us in the league, but they have played like the worst teams.
They have.
You know, they got a draw with Sheffield United. They just beat Villa. They lost to Man City, obviously. They lost to Leicester City. They beat Everton. They beat Southampton. So they really haven't, although they're high up in the league, they really haven't played a lot of the top teams. So I really don't. I think that when they come up against us, I think they're going to struggle, especially because. And I might be wrong. I don't know a lot about Bournemouth, but I don't think they've got a big squad, and they've got a cup game as well.
Yeah.
So whereas we're going to rotate a lot of players midweek, I don't think they've got the ability to do that.
Well, do you see us playing the same type of squad that we played today, or do you see us like playing a lot more of the younger players?
No,
I think Ayeti will get a shot.
I reckon
out
we'll
there.
have 7 changes to the starting 11.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be similar to Newport. I think that's one of the reasons that Anderson came off today when he did, because I think he's going to play. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to have a mix and have a good, strong squad. After Wimbledon last year, they're not taking any chances.
So, big question, Eller, do you think he'll play, start, what?
No, it'll be Ayeti starting.
Yeah.
Well, for Oxford, yeah.
Yeah, for Oxford.
Yeah.
I think it will be as well.
So, and of course at the weekend, we'll have the same lads probably back. I mean,
I think we'll see Sanchez playing instead of Noble, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Do you think we'll see Cresswell keeping his starting left back
well,
position?
yeah, I mean, who else is going to play there?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's it. Masuaku's out. He got a red card, didn't he?
Well, he missed his game today.
But I think Cresswell will play again in the cup, to be honest.
You think so?
Yeah,
What about on Saturday?
Well, on Saturday, I reckon Masuaku will probably be back, depending on how... I think it will all depend on training. I think it will depend on how Cresswell plays in the game.
Right.
But I personally think that they'll play Cresswell in the game, and then Masuaku will just start. He'll get his place back on Saturday.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because Cresswell will have just played 2 matches in a row. And he's not played that much. So that's what I think will happen.
Hey, drink up, everybody. It's a penalty shot-out. Who's gonna win? Well, let's go find out.
It's time for the penalty shot out.
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous and excited at the same time. Well, it's been a few weeks since I got to actually do one.
How bad am I
It
getting
is,
stitched up?
isn't it? You're not going to get stitched
You're
up.
going to get stitched up. If anyone's going to get stitched up after last week, it's probably me.
I would have to agree with Adam.
What's the first game that I went to?
That's really
It
good,
was
though.
genius.
It was funny.
And actually, and let me point out here that I even looked at your original bio that you sent to me. You never mentioned the opposition.
You changed it.
No, I did not. Not on
Yes,
the
you
original.
did.
Not on the original. I edited when I put it in the website, but on the original, which you sent to me, there is no change on it at all, and it says nothing about
I
the first
went
game
to the
you went
website.
to. It says you went to your first game with your granddad. It doesn't say that you went to a
Well, that's-
game against who was the team?
Bolton.
Bolton. It doesn't
that's
say it.
totally wrong because my first game I didn't go with my granddad. I went with my mum. The second game I went to in Tottenham was the one with my granddad.
Well, either
so
way-
you've misread the bloody bio again.
I'll bring it up right now and show you. In fact, I'm going to put it on the website so everyone can see what a dirty, rotten little cheat you are. I lost anyway.
All right, who's going first? Oh, let's do this.
Okay, why don't you shoot for it? We want to see who shoots to see who goes first.
Wait,
and who
who's
goes
asking
second.
the questions?
I'm asking the questions today, mate.
You're going down.
All right, Rochambeau.
1, 2, 3.
Shoot.
Scissors beats paper. Surprisingly enough, you.
Oh,
muppet.
does it really? So scissors beats paper. Okay, then
I'm going to go first. I think.
you're going to go first.
Should I go first?
I don't know. It's up to you, mate. I mean,
Yeah, no. Last time I decided that I'm going to go first because I feel like so far the first player has got easier questions.
Okay, so the first question to you, Adam. In the White Horse final,
Shut up. That is not it at all.
It's about the men on the field. Don't worry. Don't worry. What was the name of the police officer that rode Billy the horse?
That is not the question. That is not the question. This isn't the question. This is the actual question.
Yeah, it's the question.
No,
mate.
it's not the question.
Yes, it is the question.
You just made that up. Read his screen and check that it says that. There is absolutely no way that's the first question.
No, it wasn't. I couldn't resist it. I couldn't resist it. I couldn't resist
Wasn't his name John?
I couldn't resist it.
What was his name?
I've got no clue, mate. I trust me, I looked for it.
Oh, I bet you did.
So no, in all seriousness though, here's the first question. In 1940, West Ham won the Football League War Cup. Who did they beat?
It's got to be an old team. It's a shot in the dark just because I said their name earlier on. But Blackburn Rovers.
You're correct.
No, it's
You
not.
are correct.
Really? Are you joking? I feel like I didn't actually get it right.
Wait, no.
I feel
No,
like I
I
didn't
don't
get that
believe
right.
It is. It was But seriously, it was
No.
Blackburn Rovers. Charlie Bicknell became the first West Ham United Cup-winning captain at Wembley Stadium, with Sam Small scoring the winning goal 11 minutes before half-time, and West Ham beat Blackburn Rovers.
And
This is a
subliminally,
stitch up coming
Hang on a
hardcore. I
minute.
feel it.
I was looking
Are
at
y'all
that.
saying War Cup?
Water? Yeah, because
War Cup.
We haven't won much since. So like, there's my.
Yeah.
So, James, are you ready for your question?
Sure.
Okay, James. In 1964-65, West Ham won the European Cup Winners' Cup against a team from what country?
Italy.
No, I think I know this.
Is that your final answer, James?
Spain.
Is that your final
Yeah.
answer? Okay, Spain?
Wait, let me. I think I
You're
know this.
wrong.
Wasn't it 1860 Munich?
Yes, you're right,
Yeah,
it was.
Germany.
Yeah, I actually knew that.
I was going to pick
For
the
some
team
reason,
and I
I was
thought it was a
thinking
bit
Inter
tough.
Milan for some reason. And I don't
Well, I'm
know.
glad you were thinking that because, I've taken the lead. Are were they meant to be the easiest questions?
No, I didn't put them in order of
okay.
easiness.
I was
or
going to
anything.
say.
Okay, well, it's
Right.
time for question number 2, and this is about managers of West Ham.
Oh, okay.
So, Adam, are you ready?
Yeah.
Who was the shortest-serving West Ham manager in the 20th century?
Okay, well, this is controversial
Wow.
because you might have got this wrong. The answer should probably be Trevor Brooking because he was a caretaker manager for a few games.
No, manager, not caretaker
well,
manager.
he was still a manager. If you look through the history, he counts as a manager.
No.
I mean, I
Sorry.
think you probably need. Wait, well then, I mean, I should get another shot at it, but I really do think that you probably need to check that out
Okay,
because
3 seconds to give a real answer. 1, 2.
Alan Kirbishley.
Wrong.
Who was it? Avram Grant.
Lou Macari.
Oh yeah.
Lasted only 7 months as manager from July
Well,
1989 to
If
February
I lose
1990.
this, we're going to it because Trevor Brooking was like 3 matches, and in the records, he is there.
Okay.
So, are you ready for yours, James?
Sure.
West Ham won the FA Cup in 1980, and who was the manager then? You got to know this, James.
It's
I
one of
don't.
2. I'm not sure.
I
either.
don't know who the manager was.
You seriously don't know? I didn't think this would be a hard one. This is one of the ones I actually knew the answer to.
Can I have a guess? It's out of 2. I think it's either Lyle or Greenwood. I'm going to go Lyle.
It was Lyle. It was
Well,
John
that was
Lyle.
what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe Greenwood, but I was like, I thought he was before that.
I'm going to go on to question number 3 now. Question number 3 is all about nicknames of players and managers.
All right.
Okay, so Adam, which defender had the nickname of Harry's boy?
My God.
You said how much you loved Harry Redknapp.
I'm going to guess it's got to be Rio Ferdinand.
Is that your final answer, Adam?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I have no idea if it's right. It's my final answer. Just turn it orange or whatever colour that
Oh.
millionaire thing is.
You're wrong.
Who was it?
Slaven Bilic.
You're gonna win. You're gonna win.
I should. I am getting screwed over big time already.
Adam always thinks he's getting screwed over when he loses.
Well, I'm winning and I still think I'm being screwed over.
Okay, James, are you ready for your question?
Yeah.
Okay, James. What defender had the nickname of Stretch?
I've no idea of this either, mate.
It's a tough question. I wouldn't know this one. I wouldn't know any of these.
You wouldn't know any of us. He's gonna give. No idea.
Guess someone.
Guess someone. Alvin Martin.
Never heard that.
Yeah, I'd never heard it either. That's why I thought it was a great question.
Yeah, great question. Let's put trivia in that we've never heard of. That's a good idea.
No, because let's say
It's really entertaining for everyone listening.
Remember what we said about the shows? We wanted to enlighten people that didn't know so much about the club, and I'm enlightening the two of you that don't know squat about the club.
Definitely enlightening me on.
Question number 4, and rather appropriately, since I'm sitting with two of them, it's about West Ham flops.
Okay.
West Ham flops. Okay, Adam. Which West Ham flop crudely skived down Gary Neville in 1995 and then went on to live in a caravan due to being mentally unstable?
Better not. No.
Oh, I think... Isn't it Marco Bugas?
Yes, it is.
I knew that.
Yes! That means you have to get the next one right or I win.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I paid my dues time after time.
That is one of my favorite West Ham facts is Marco Boogers.
It is?
It
Then you might very well actually get this next question, James.
Okay.
Are you ready? What nationality was Marco Boogers?
Dutch.
He's correct. The man is correct.
Yes. We actually may go to the bonus question if you lose and I get the next
This is
one
good.
right.
It's actually...
Oh my gosh.
Adam
I've got to
1.
come up with a player out of thin air and he just has to say what country they come from. Another fair question here.
No pressure whatsoever, Adam, but if you get this question
I've
correct...
won. And you said it's multiple choice.
Yeah, you're so going to get this one. It was the easy question.
What?
It's multiple choice and this is an
Well,
easy
give
question.
him the harder one and give me the easy one. Make it more interesting.
No, I can't do that. I
Yes,
can't
you
do that.
can.
I like to play fairly.
No, you don't.
So we played Manchester United today, right?
Okay.
Okay, so it's a question about Manchester United.
Okay.
Are you ready, Adam?
Yeah.
What player scored the final goal against Man U at the last game of the bowling?
Winston Reid.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to ring it out.
need the
How is that
multiple
a
choice.
hard?
I didn't need the multiple
That is
choice.
not
on that.
even. Okay.
Yes!
You know what? No,
Yes!
that was.
James is doing
Wow.
You can't say anything.
Okay, no. What
My
was the
questions
question
are
that I
way
would have
on.
got? What
Yeah,
is the
let's
question
hear
I
his
would have got?
question.
Because that's ridiculous.
All right, let's hear what his question would have been, just for fun.
Okay. James, in which minute did Felipe Anderson open scoring in last season's 3-1 win over Manchester United at
Yeah,
London Stadium?
so no,
It was
no.
multiple choice, 3rd, 5th, or 7th.
No, that is not even anywhere near the same
That
level.
is-
No,
You
no,
can't
you
talk
guys,
about this.
no, screw you guys.
Right. You had the easiest
No.
questions for the whole freaking quiz.
No,
About
no.
time I had the easier one.
No.
Oh, I'm really excited to know what the shot's going to be. I have to drink next week. What
know
will it
what?
be?
That's fine. That's fine.
Well, I thought about this shot business, and we've been drinking some disgusting shots.
Well, yeah, so it seems a shame to not continue that.
We'll do a poll. We'll pick 3 shots, and our listeners have to come up with what James has to do
If
next
I want to
week.
drink something, I want to do
I
it now.
love it.
No, I don't like this.
Oh, I feel so good.
And plus, the whole reason of having the week is so we can do the poll.
Yeah, we have to have the
So
poll.
you, the listeners, get to choose what James is going to drink. I think James is going to have a lot of fun doing that shot, whichever.
Oh, I can't wait.
Everyone picks
it's about
out for
time
him.
he did one as well.
You should see he's giving us fingers.
I'll even
Well,
do
mate,
the English version. How about that?
You get to do the
Victory.
questions.
Victory.
You
No,
get
I
to
didn't
do
do
the
that. I
questions
did
next
that.
week.
You get to do the questions next
Yeah,
week, though,
you get
James.
to do them next week.
So it's time then for me to do the shot, isn't it?
And that was the penalty shot out. Y'all drink up now, you hear?
We've pretty much wrapped this one up for today, haven't we?
I think it was wrapped up 10 minutes ago.
I think it was. So please do stay tuned so that you can see the video. It'll be released later on today, which is Wednesday, of course, and you'll get to see exactly how I reacted to the disgusting smoker's cough.
Yeah, and thanks everyone again for listening. I also wanted to give you a little bit of feedback. My sister-in-law has just been stabbing me with my brother. She is not a football fan at all.
No.
And she listens every single week, and she's like, I describe it as like 10% football and 90% banter.
I think it is.
I like that.
I really
That's
think it is.
good,
And I
yeah.
think that's kind of what we were aiming for, wasn't it? We said that we just wanted to do something that was fun, positive, that wasn't like every other podcast that was out there. And if we could just throw some West Ham nuggets into it.
Yeah. Yeah,
good stuff.
I like that.
And I think that's what we're doing. So
We do need to work on our guest segment. That's something that we've got coming up soon. That we're just trying to work out something fun, something good.
yeah, we've got a couple of possible guests which I won't say anything because I don't want to jinx us or anything. But the one is definitely going to happen. The musical one is definitely going to happen.
Okay.
Which would be good. I just want to know whether he wants to come on and just do like a 5-minute guest spot on the podcast, or whether he wants a podcast like totally dedicated to him. So, and if that's the case, then we'll have to just do a special for it. Hopefully, you're enjoying what we're putting together so far. We're having a blast doing this, aren't we, lads?
Yes.
Really are having a blast at this. So please, once again, do follow us on all of the social media channels. Please share our podcast. Make some comments and rate us 5 stars if you can, because we want to stay up there in the top of the charts, so to speak.
Yes.
And but once again, please share the podcast, because the more people we can get to spread the love to, the better. Lads, really nothing left to say other than cheers.
Baby bubbles in the air, they fly and so high. But my dreams they fade and die. Legends always hiding, I looked everywhere. I forever like bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. I forever like bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. I forever like bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly and so high, like my dreams they fade and die. Legends always hiding, I looked everywhere. I forever like bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. I forever bubbles, pretty bubbles.